Hey everyone, it's Greg.
Hello everyone, my name is Hellen and I'm based in Costa Rica. So I'm challenging Greg to do one of our most famous dishes here, which is called Chifrijo. It's a combination of rice and beans and a crispy pork belly. So I'm gonna start by showing you guys the ingredients.
Thank you, Helen, for the instructions on how to make chifrijo. I will tell you that maybe my first visit ever to Costa Rica years ago, before I worked for Amazon, one of my best friends lives there, and we went to his family's house. He's from San Jose, and his mother greeted us at the door after a long day of travel with a bowl of chifrijo. And so it's been something I've loved since then, but I've never made. So I'm actually pretty excited. So here we go.
Okay, so let's start with the ingredients. I also have my two assistants here, which is Saul, and this is my other little boy, Matthew.
All right, I'm going to show you my own ingredients, but first I'll introduce you to my assistant today, Charlie Brown, who is probably not going to be much help, but he's going to hope that I drop something.
So let's start with, I need some rice. I also need some pork belly, which I already chopped in small pieces. I also need garlic to do the belly. The pork belly. Then I also have kidney beans. These are commonly used in chili, so you can use as reference. To do the beans, we also need some cilantro and celery and garlic. We also do a chimichurri sauce. We call it chimichurri in Costa Rica, but it's also known as pico de gallo in Mexico. So I already have some sliced tomato, cilantro, onion, lemon, which we will use to do lemon juice, and I also have an avocado and some tortilla chips.
Rice and beans. I don't have any kidney beans, but I do have these red beans, so I'm going to use those and white rice. And then I have pork belly that I have chopped. For the rice, I have rice and beans. I also have cilantro, and then that's for the pico de gallo. And I have celery, and I have onion. I have an avocado. I have a rubber band. I don't know why I have a rubber band, but one never knows. Garlic. I am not sure why I have cream, but I do, just in case. What you used, Helen, looked to me like a lime. That's a lemon. But whatever, that's what I have, so that's what we're using. I have the world's smallest rice cooker, which you'll note is still a little bit yellow from making Caribbean chicken with Maria. And then my Instant Pot, which is how I'm going to make the beans. So I'm going to get the beans going, I think.
Okay, so to move on, I'm going to start doing the rice. I normally do the rice in the microwave, but it really depends on how you want to do it. So you can use a rice cooker or a regular pot to do rice in the microwave. I already added 3 cups of rice, which I already washed, and I included some regular oil at the bottom. And then I use this seasoning, which it includes onion, garlic, and salt, just to give it a little bit of flavor. If you don't have any like this, you can use that salt, and I will cover with water. So let's move to add some water here. It has to be enough to cover the rice. Okay, so the rice will look like this. I'm gonna cover this and I'm gonna add it in the microwave. And I do normally 17 minutes.
Okay, gonna get the rice going now. So I do not have a fancy microwave rice cooker like Helen does, but I do have the world's smallest rice cooker. I only have a cup and a half of rice. So I'm gonna actually put in a little bit of turmeric because I like it, and some onion powder, just a little bit there, and some garlic powder, just a little bit there, and then some salt in there to flavor the rice. And I already put some oil in the bottom, like Helen said, and now put in the water. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, hope that works out okay. And we plug it in because electricity turns out to be important. And we go. Okay, rice is cooking.
Okay, so while I wait for the rice to be cooked, I'm gonna start with the beans. I am using my pressure cooker, which I'm not a fan of, but this is the faster way to get the beans ready. So I'm adding the beans in just water. I'm gonna season it with a little bit of salt. It could be 1 spoon of salt. And I will also add, I'm gonna add 4 garlics and all the cilantro. This is just to give it a nice flavor. I added also celery, which I really like because it will give it a different taste to the beans. And I'm gonna cover this and I'm gonna leave it 15 minutes.
Okay, so I've got my beans in my water in the Instant Pot. I'm gonna add some celery. I'm gonna add some of this cilantro. I'm gonna add 2 cloves of garlic because they're big ones. And I'm gonna add just some salt like Hellen did for flavor. And then I'm gonna put the Instant Pot lid on. I'm never very good at this part. I'm with you, Hellen. I'm not really trusting pressure cookers. I'm not sure why exactly. All right, I think to start off, I have to be, oh, there it is. It made a noise. Close. Look at that. I did it. And then this up here, I think, has to close as well. So that's done. And now we go beans. What does it want from me? Oh, 25 minutes. No, that's not what I want. Manual. Okay, I found a recipe that said 35 minutes for these beans. So I'm gonna go, I think I'm done. All right, beans, cooking, check.
Okay, let's start with the fun part. I'm gonna start with the pork belly. I'm heating my pot in medium heat. I'm gonna add a lot of oil because this is the only way to get the pork belly not to stick to the pan. I think that's enough. We cover the bottom, and I'm gonna also add some garlic. So the garlic will start to kind of fry it a little. You just need to move it. And if the heat is too high, you can just put it in low. The garlic will give a very nice taste to the belly. And I'm gonna add it now. Okay, here we go. I already added the pork into the pot. I seasoned the pork with just garlic, pepper, and a little bit of salt. And I'm just gonna wait for it to start being cooked. We normally do it a medium heat and wait for it to be ready. So I'll check in around 5 minutes.
Alrighty, so here we have the pork belly, which has been cut up just as Hellen's was. And I have some oil in there already. I don't have quite as much as Hellen did, but I think I'm gonna be good with this pork. So dump it all in there. If I can do it without just one hand. Can I do it? Yes, I can. Good. All right, pork belly is now in there, and it's going to render down and become chicharrones, about which I'm incredibly excited. I think that's what it is. So I'll have to double check. I think Hellen said that. All right, pork belly, check.
Okay, so while I wait for the pork belly and the beans to be ready, I'm gonna move to do the chimichurri. I already have the tomato. It's sliced into small pieces. I'm gonna put it in a bigger container. I'm gonna add, this is onion. I'm gonna add a little bit of cilantro, which is already chopped. And then we're gonna add some lemon juice. I normally use this to take all the juice with all the seeds. I'm gonna use 3 lemons. And I'm also gonna use a little bit of salt because otherwise it will be too sour. So we added salt to season a little. Oops, this is hard. And almost ready. I think this is enough. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take a spoon and I'm gonna add the salt. Depending on the amount you're doing with tomato, you will just see how much salt you want to add. I'm adding half a spoon, and I'm just gonna mix all these ingredients. And this is how chimichurri sauce is made in Costa Rica.
Okay, Helen, I'm going to get my chimichurri sauce going. Here's onion. I'm actually not going to use all of it. I'm going to use much of it. And then tomato dumped in there. My continued one-handed filming and cooking. And then a bunch of cilantro that has been chopped. Moved over into there. Dun, 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 dun. Boink. And I will have to cut the lemon and squeeze it in, but that will be off video because I can't do it with one hand.
So the rice is ready. I'm gonna open this small pot, and I'm gonna take a fork because I normally like to scramble the rice, and I also like to add a little bit of cilantro to the rice. It gives a very nice taste to it. So I'm gonna add it there. I'm gonna mix up again, and I'm gonna show you how the consistency of the rice should be. Let's wait and see. So ta-da! This is how the rice is ready. And now I'm waiting for the pork to be ready and the beans.
Just a short shot of my assistant, who's over there, staying out of the way and not helping. Sometimes that's the best kind of assistant.
Time to check on the pork. As you can see, it's changing its color. So we just now need to wait a couple more minutes. You can also start heating up a little bit more, and we have to wait for it to have a kind of a crispy look.
All right, my pork belly is rendering nicely and slowly. Good advice, Helen, to turn down the heat a little bit if you need to, because I definitely had it turned up. You can see some of these are a little extra brown. So these still have a ways to go, but they are doing just fine. The rice is in the sink because my rice cooker tends to make a mess from the blowing steam. I don't know if you can see that. So the steam blowing rice cooker is doing its thing, and we're getting ready.
So time to check again on the pork. As you can see, it now has a golden brown color. This is what we're aiming for, and I will just wait a couple more minutes for the other pieces to have the same color. This crispy look is how we eat the pork belly, and we call them chicharrones.
My chicharrones are approaching golden brown. They're looking kind of awesome. Ooh, and a little steamy. So we're getting close. Everything else is ready. Just waiting on the pork, as they say.
Okay, so the beans are ready. I'm opening and this is how they look like. I normally add the celery and the cilantro in big pieces because it's easier just to remove them after. But what I want you to look at is the consistency of the beans and how they are ready to be in the chifrijo.
Beans are done, but I haven't looked at them yet. Let's take a look together. Ooh, hear that? Ta-da! There's the beans fresh out of the Instant Pot. Although I guess technically fresh is the wrong word. Yeah.
Okay, so all the ingredients are ready. I'm gonna start serving. I'm gonna start with the rice. I'm gonna add a couple of spoons. I normally do this. Then I'm gonna add the beans, but we add them without the liquid. After that, I'm gonna add the pork. Now I also have here the chimichurri or pico de gallo. We add a couple of spoons.
All right, we are now assembling. So here we have my rice. Now mine is yellow because, as I mentioned, I like turmeric, Helen. So I think I've probably ruined the entire thing by making my rice yellow, but it makes me very happy to have yellow rice that is yellow. So there's that. Rice is in, check. And now we go for some beans. Where's my bean spoon? Bean spoon, which is formerly a rice spoon, is here. So beans. Oh, this is gonna be amazing. Beans. And then chicharrones, which is to say delectably fried pork bits. And now some pico de gallo, which is to say chimichurri over the top. This is also amazing. Whew, whew. All right.
Then we also add some avocado in a slice.
Drat, my avocado was a failure. I might be able to salvage a little bit from right there and right there. But it may be that I am mostly non-avocadoed for this, but that's okay, we're persevering.
And we also add some tortilla chips. So I'm gonna show you how it looks. Ta-da! So this is how your chifrijo should look like, and it tastes delicious.
And there you have it, my chifrijo. Thank you, Helen, for showing me how. I can't wait to eat this. I'm gonna be on a meeting. I'm gonna be on a meeting eating this food right now. Okay, that was me making chifrijo. I had 2 bowls of it, and it was amazing. You can see behind me, there's the leftovers. The chicharrones is back there. There it is, chicharrones. And this is hard to do. And the chimichurri sauce and onions and cilantro. So I have some that I can have for lunch tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see what it's like on day 2. This was really great, Helen. Thank you again. Charlie and I had a great time making it. And this one will definitely be a repeat because who doesn't love pork belly? It was a good one. Bye, everyone.